We're into our first draft of game number 1 of the best of 5 grand final at EPICENTER. And we've got an Axe Morphling from LGD this time. And Team Liquid went with half of what they wanted, I guess, in the opening, which was the Skywrath. But I'm pretty sure they probably wanted that Axe as well.
Yeah, they probably didn't. I think LGD don't even feel like it's entirely a block pick because Chalice has been great on this year. They've been picking it a lot. The Morphling is also a pseudo block pick in some ways because that's a hero that Liquid have favored in the first 2 against LGD.
Yeah.
Didn't they lose with that?
They did lose with it.
They've also beaten them with it as well.
Done both. The most popular hero to counterpick Morph has been Nyx, and on paper, Liquid have already picked their 4th position hero, so getting a Nyx with the Skywrath is kind of awkward.
Nyx is also banned by Liquid themselves.
And there you go, it's banned. So what am I even talking about?
And can you even fit like an Ancient Apparition, who's supposed to be a great counter to Morphling, into your lineup when you already have Skywrath Mage?
I don't know. I mean, it's more that I don't even think you need to worry too much. I feel like Skywrath is a great counter to Morphling already.
Yeah, it's just heavy burst damage. You're always down with that.
Yeah, you have a 6-second silence.
So Kyle, why are you so bullish on LGD? I thought going into this tournament, I heard a lot of complaints about LGD coming from your mouth.
Chinese Dota in general.
Chinese Dota, they're picking the same things.
Ame
can only play Terrorblade.
Ame can't play. Maybe he's playing boring heroes.
So what has changed your mind after watching?
Well,
like, was it something about the upper bracket final?
I think that they're playing the most solid Dota right now, although I'm not a huge fan of that opener that they just picked. But hey, it's game 1 of a BO5. It'll probably be a long series. Might as well do something a little different. I just think that they have an edge on Liquid right now. I think Ame and maybe are playing near flawlessly, but I'm a bit concerned you pick Ame's hero this early.
But it's not necessarily his hero is the thing. They can play it mid lane for maybe. He can play a Morphling.
I mean, it doesn't. It just doesn't matter to me too much because it's still a Morphling. It's still, you know what the optimal item build is for that hero. You can't really change up your item timings of the way, the style you have to play the game. Very lane dependent, and I feel like these 2 supports from Liquid, while I'm not a huge fan of them being opened with and nor the combo, I mean, they're built to beat a Morphling.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Morphling builds that have gone like just focus on pure right click or anything like that, right? It's pretty much always been the same shotgun. We pretty much always build these cores and supports that are not very susceptible to that. Or in this case, Liquid supports are very susceptible to it, but they're taking the first step here. They're like strong disables, heavy burst damage. That's more of an offensive approach against this Morphling. And
they banned the Chen Kunkka. I really agree with the Chen ban. The moment you go Lion Sky, Chen just kind of ends your life. You can get just bullied out of a lane by 1 hero and a couple of creeps.
I do like LGD's Lone Druid OD ban. Lone Druid just being Machi's perhaps comfort pick, and the OD is the hero that can ruin the Axe's initiation. Astral, same kind of idea as getting a Yule Scepter. You just save whoever gets gone on. You can either Astral the Axe or the hero that's being called, and that makes life a lot more difficult for Chalice.
Witch Doctor hero both teams favor. Not a huge fan against the heavy burst of Lion Skywrath. Would have liked something with just save, I suppose, but it's a strong laner.
Yeah, I was going to say it seems to have done okay in the middle. We thought maybe it would be less picked because of the early game changes, but actually it seems to have done okay. I mean, most teams seem to just push through that.
We saw FTM pick it against Liquid when they did the Axe plus Skywrath, and it just kind of helps secure your lane with the defensive heal. You know, they're spamming these spells at you. Skywrath just throwing Arcane Bolts, and you have this Voodoo Restoration to kind of heal yourself and your carry back up.
DP.
They drafted this against the Axe last time, and I really liked it just because it's a strong Yule Scepter hero to be able to have against the Axe. You are susceptible to the burst damage. If Axe does manage to get on top of you, locks you down, Morphling can shotgun you, but I think it's better to have a Yule Scepter hero to protect some of the other allies.
We need to see Machi play around his team, though. Last game, his Death Prophet was very lackluster. It was just a big pot of gold for Fly to Moon, and that's something that Liquid have to adjust with Machu's play, whether they go to his lane or he goes to theirs. Some way they have to just play together with 4 heroes while Miracle does his own thing.
I'm sure you just go for the FY Tusk here. Gives you a easy save for the Hex. It's like the only thing you really can do against a Hex is to defensive snowball. There's other roamers available, but I don't want a Rubik or an Earth Spirit this game. I like the Tusk a lot. Really good against both the Liquid supports as well. Good synergy with the Witch Doctor.
So it would be nice to be able to have some sort of protecting hero like the Abaddon for this Death Prophet, but I think with your 2 supports already set up, you want an Initiator more than anything, right? And I'm going to suggest a hero that has not been picked maybe at all this tournament, but I think Batrider is actually not bad here.
Yeah, it's been picked.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's had a couple of games.
It's not bad. I don't mind it. It's quite good against the Morphling, but I'm just fearful. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
That is a 4-position Pugna, I want to say. FY Pugna with the axe?
Maybe. It could be both.
Maybe it's maybe.
It can be both. That's why
Yeah.
I actually kind of like this, because you have the versatility now where Liquid doesn't actually know if that's a core support Pugna. So you have to sort of deal with it, but not too much, perhaps. You don't want to leave yourself open to arguably the best player on LG, at least the key player on LGD's last pick.
Yep.
You got to cover all your bases now.
Just 7 heroes not picked or banned at this event, including Bloodseeker, Clinks, Enchantress, Phoenix, Ricky, Weaver, and Wyvern.
Do you at least agree with the initiation aspect? Because then I'm thinking about other initiators like the Slardar that we've seen before from other teams.
No, I don't like a Slardar here, but I do agree that the bat, especially now that they've gone for a Pugna, becomes much higher value. It's just, if you look at the lanes, I mean, no matter where he goes, he's going to be fine. But my only concern is that neither one of these supports can really play with him.
I mean, Clockwork is another one, but I wasn't sure they were going to draft that against Morphling. But it is pretty value versus Axe and Pugna.
Yeah, exactly. You hunt the Witch Doctor too. I mean, arguably Morphling can cause you issues, but now that, especially since you can't morph while stunned, a hook into a silence and a Skywrath ult is a kill on morph the entire game.
The later levels of hook you can actually combo with your cogs as well. They're all in on Miracle's hero again.
Yeah.
And I don't really see them.
If this was a different team, they're going to give the Death Prophet more of a game and more farm, but the way Liquid play, we haven't seen that from them with these kind of drafts.
Tell you what, if you gave these 2 drafts to someone without the team names overlaid, they'd probably think the team on the left was Liquid.
Probably. Yeah, the Pugna, like Machu plays that hero a lot. Morphling from Miracle Axe for Mind Control. It does look kind of Liquid-esque. I wouldn't say the other draft is very LGD-esque, though.
No.
The core Clockwork is something only a few teams are doing. So last pick coming out. Lifestealer could have been a good kind of safe option that you don't really, whether it's a core Pugna, 4 position, works pretty well either way.
I'm trying to think of the direction you go here. You don't really want to play a Slark, I don't believe. Illusion-based heroes against Axe can be pretty rough, so the PL, CK, maybe not ideal.
I like the idea of something that's kind of tempo, Roche-based, like a troll. It's not going to be great if you get caught by an Axe with Blade Mail, but there aren't, and no carries are going to match up well against the Axe.
I just don't like the troll against Pugna and Morph. I mean, Pugna specifically, you just decrep the guy that they go for. Arguably, you know, of course, there's Sky and Lion, so they could do their magical burst combos through it, but I mean, Pugna's just so good against both of these supports, and I'm leaning towards it being an FY hero just because you have a natural lane partner in the Axe, and in addition, you just drop a ward, and you're effectively neutering both of these supports, and Liquid just cannot fight around it.
I mean, if you're worried about the decrypt, then the only option is either to pick some like magic immunity carry, which is really just Jug with Lifestealer banned, or you get a carry that's not that's spell-based.
But you can't, though. You have DP Clock. You need this hero to scale.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you're kind of forced into that route.
It's got to be like a troll or Jug, but neither one are like.
Could you
Jug's okay,
Luna
but
even? No, they're gonna Gyro. Okay, there's the magic base carry, at least early mid game.
into a
But
morph though, like
Yeah,
that's what I mean. LGD first 2 is this morph, but it just doesn't feel like outside of these supports they have the tools to deal with them too well, unless they have a crazy high tempo game going. And I don't like this dual core Liquid setup.
with the Gyro Death Prophet and
Yeah, what's the initiation? You know, you're gonna pray that Mind Control just goes off this game. Like the supports are so squishy. Like positioning is gonna be so important. The BKB timings.
last pick
Spirit.
Ember for maybe.
Well, we like that.
Not an easy Ember game. Skywrath and Lion, good disables. You've got even a Clockwork you can initiate on him, but it should be hard to catch for the cores, which is maybe the more important thing.
Tricky game all round. Very interesting draw. I know these series of best of fives, Cap, have kind of a life of meta of their own, don't they? So very cagey kind of first draft, it seems. Which way would you prefer this goes?
I honestly have no clue. This LGD lineup feels just like you could see Liquid's lineup. It's just like very simple and straightforward in the fact that they just have overwhelming team fight, a huge reliance on magic damage. They have at least some good push. LGD, I'm not sure how this support combination fits in with them. I'm just going to go Liquid for this first one.
Carl?
Yeah, Cap is wrong on almost every point. LGD is going to win.
Scots?
I like LGD because they're not cooldown dependent. It seems like Liquid's going to be only able to fight around the Exism. Anytime it's down, you've got Axe, Ember, and Morphling. None of those are cooldown dependent heroes, so I feel like LGD can play much faster pace.
Okay, we will head to the arena now for our commentary team for the grand final. We've got our own kind of grand final going on the panel. We'll see who comes out on top from game one, as well as Liquid versus LGD. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Paula, and indeed, what a grand finals we do have for you guys and girls at home here. LGD versus Liquid in a best of 5. Myself, of course, with Bulldog for this one. We got to enjoy these two teams going head-to-head yesterday in a best of 3. It was a 2-0 for LGD, but it was still a fantastic series. So this series is going to be crazy, surely, Henrik.
Yes, and now it's a best of 5. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a 3-0. It's not going to be a 3-0 this time around.
I would be surprised, but at the same time, I mean, LGD, they have just looked on another level here on the playoffs here at the main event. Liquid, they've had a bit of a rocky road to this point, getting knocked down, climbing themselves, picking themselves back up this morning in that earlier series against Fly to Moon. But you would imagine, right, Kuro, he's managed to take apart that series they had yesterday, and he should have new ways to approach it. And what they're doing here, do you like what Liquid's draft here in this game one has sort of pulled together?
It's a bit more of a standard draft from before, like not first picking the Morphling anymore, so they're making it a bit simpler for himself. It's pretty important that Matumaman is having a decent game because he's kind of had a couple rough games. He needs to be at least top 4 in net worth if you want to win this game. Not like the game against Fly to Moon, so yeah, it's definitely going to be a good game, and you know, it's the best 2 regions, China versus Europe.
That's true. We are going to get quite a clash of the Titans here in this match. And sort of the hero picks as well, a bit of a fun one in the one that Somnus, he gets this Ember Spirit. We saw him yesterday against Liquid. He played like the Queen of Pain, the Storm, these very flashy heroes. This is another one, and they pick it up 5th in this draft. Do you sort of like the prospects for the Ember Spirit this game, or could it be tricky for him?
It's going to be hard for him because they got 2 Silence and they got the Lion. Obviously, his weakness is CC, and they got a lot of it. But his job is to create space, and you know Morphling late game. You create space for this hero, he takes over the game, he kills everyone. So that's really the job. So they have Ember for that and Axe.
But as you say, sort of the answers in lockdown that are there for the Ember Spirit, they're there, of course, for the Morphling. Because LGD's sort of in a bit of a turn at the tails. Like yesterday, we saw the first pick from Liquid Morphling. This time they picked it up 2nd. So still a relatively early reveal of the hero that Liquid do have some answers to. See how the laning is going so far. Mid lane being the biggest sort of disparity at the moment, as we have 8 for 1 on Somnus against the 2 for 0 on the Death Prophet. In fact, top lane. Miracle and Kuro able to take down FY. Can Chalice get the return kill onto Miracle? He's chasing him down with the Battle Hunger, but Miracle, oh, he actually blocks him a little bit with the trees. Stopped Chalice from being able to go in any further there by the looks of it, even though the creeps still managed to make it through. So Miracle, he Bob Rossed him. He's out of there.
That's a cool move, but still, it's not very nice for him. He's got no regen left. He's playing against an Axe and a Pugna. Meanwhile, bottom.
Let's see if they can burst down Mind Control as LGD. Bring in relatively low, but not quite enough magical damage to bring down the Clockwork. Mind Control actually turning towards X-Nova, giving a bit of a run down there. They've got the Cogs, the Battery Assault. Can they bring down X-Nova? He's got the Fleet of Restoration, stick charges. It will not be enough. X-Nova to fall. Arme trying for the return kill onto Mind Control, but GH looking for the body blocks. GH has got to be careful himself, but he pops the Mango. Gets an extra bit of magic damage out. Won't be able to bring down Arme, as Arme's still got a decent amount of strength to be moving into, but it might not be enough. Oh, it's not! Not enough strength to morph into. Liquid get both of the kills on that bottom lane. Some very sort of fancy play there from GH's Mind Control as they sort of kite him up and bring him down.
A little bit greedy there by him. He wanted to go for that clock, so he pops the Mango, but he doesn't have wave yet, and then just gets run down by the Scarabus. It's a pretty hard lane for them, for sure. He's no health. You know Morphling's weakness. His lane is terrible, and middle is going to snipe the courier. Oh.
Is it the courier or the killer? It looks like Snowball would rather prioritize the attempt on Matumba, and indeed from the Invis, a bit of a surprise indeed for Matumba, as no way to react to the Witch Doctor coming through like that. A big kill set up for Somnus, and I mean, you can see this mid lane here. Herrick's 20-1 against the 8-for-2. The kill as well for Somnus. This is another beautiful start for the man who had 2 great lanes against Liquid yesterday as well.
Yeah, this is not what we want to happen. This has happened a little bit too much, and he's going to be fine, I'm sure.
He's got the Maledict on him.
Pugna, one of the fastest heroes in the game.
Oh, indeed, and with that blast, it's only level 1. So indeed, Mind Control should be able to head back, and the Maledicts at this stage will not be quite enough. You've got GH looking for a bit of a return play onto FY. He's got Magical flying in. He's going to continue to chase. Don't think the map's quite checks out, and indeed it doesn't. FY will be fine, and will instantly salve himself back up. But look at this, the 3 top CS at the moment, all on the side of LGD. Sure, the other 4 cores other than the mid lane sort of relatively close, but the off lane sort of double the CS at the moment here for Axe, for Chalice. So LGD finding this slight edge in sort of the majority of the lanes.
They keep picking this Axe, and we can see why. Like, he's already having a good start with this hero, and we know what he's going to do later. Just pop this Gyro, just kill him. He uses his Rocket Barrage, Blade Mail. He's pretty much dead. And it's interesting that they picked the Pugna this game as a position 4. We don't see it a lot. It's obviously a response to Skybreath, Mage, and Lion. Both cost tons of mana.
But at bottom, a bit of an attempt onto Miracle here. That's the Maledict upon him before those blasts came through. Yeah, and still just that early level, so Miracle not under too much threat unless FY could get a bit of a wraparound. He's trying to move in from the side, but Miracle keeps his distance, pops the salve. Will be fine for now, but as you can see, Liquid, despite getting that early bit of positive action where they got the first blood for Miracle up top, his CS, it's beginning to slow down. It really is. The 3 cores of LGD, it feels like they're just going uncontested.
Yeah, he decides to go bottom because he doesn't have the best time top. So he's like, I'll go bottom, maybe pressure some, but he's having a pretty rough time here as well. Getting harassed down. Pugna's already here, prepared. And they're putting, again, so much pressure on Miracle, and he's the guy who carries Liquid, right?
Yeah.
And you can see Matumba not doing too well middle. He kind of came back a little bit now.
He's catching up.
Yeah, so he's doing okay, but if Miracle doesn't have a good game, it's not going to be easy for Liquid to win. Right now, it's not looking too good, but it's only 5 minutes.
It is. It's only early days, absolutely, but as you say, maybe Liquid not able to sort of get the momentum going as much as they would have hoped for with this sort of gyro pickup, the sort of will to skirmish early, but see if they can get anything out of this play down bottom, but in fact it's them themselves that's in trouble. Kuro, he's going to pop. Can they get a return kill? Arma is being looked towards, but he's got the stick charge, and in fact with the rotation from Somnus, LGD, they're not just going to get 1, they're going to get 2, and that second kill being the big one as well, bringing down Miracle. And LGD looking very frightening in these early stages here. They've managed to sort of control the lane situation and are just stopping Liquid from getting the job done in this early stage.
Really good by Ember there. It's a hero kind of like Cobb. If you have a good start with that hero, you always have a TP. So whenever there's a fight on the sideline, you just TP in. You offer that high burst and just change the outcome of a fight. That's what you see there. Really good, killing the Gyro.
They're looking towards Arme, but even though they do have a fair bit of lockdown, it's still a very hard kill to get. In fact, standing on the side here, FY is going to head him straight away with a triple rammer straight on top of both of them. That's going to be Kuro to fall. Miracle again as well. I feel like we just saw that clip. The second time with a couple of them falling on the bottom lane. LGD just pouncing upon Liquid, and Liquid can't do anything to return fire.
Yeah, we can see Matumba and TP's bottom there, but you know it's too late. You see Ember burst, just like that, they're dead. He's having too good of a game right now. Problem with Ember, he's also not the strongest laner. You would hope that Matumba would do better against him, but he's kind of snowballing a bit now, which is exactly what they want. Yeah. This gives the Morphling space, and he couldn't be happier. He's even third net worth or lasted, so you know, he's happy. They're very happy here.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Liquid, what are you sort of working towards? I mean, we are going to see a smoke attempt here from GH and Kuros. They head over into the jungle of LGD. We'll see if they get an opening on someone. FY maybe jumped upon. You have already got the closing onto Xnova. So both supports there of LGD getting caught out. As the smoke play will grant Liquid those couple of kills. Can they get anything more though? They know that Arme's behind the tower. This would be the dream kill. two supports will be back if they can TP in. The silence is going to be there, in fact, and he didn't start to more, so there's no way to get out of that one. They get the big kill there, Liquid. They're able to find Arme, and now with the exorcism can look to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower down bottom.
Yeah, perfect rotation there by them. And that's without Lion being 6, no ult. So they do want to make these rotations. Getting this clock 6 now, he hooks in, gets a kill. And they just want to keep doing this. Create space, go to Miracle. He's still a strong hero, even though he's only level 4. That's a little bit worrisome. He needs definitely 6 quickly. And meanwhile at top, can they kill this guy? He looks pretty dead to me.
He's hexed up. Chalice does get the call. If he gets some spins, he might be able to do something in return. Kuro's got to be careful here. Is the RNG favoring Chalice? Though that's the question. Will it be enough damage to get the kill? He'll lose his own life. So it is the 1-for-1, and obviously one that Liquid would favor. But Chalice, you know, he doesn't mind bringing someone down with him.
That hurts quite a lot. He saw that Matuman was blocking Kuroki. He couldn't run out. And he stood there for like 3-4 seconds. Kuroki like, God, get me out of here. A little bit too late, Matuman, but he died. It's still an acceptable trade. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, they're getting their cause. I'm talking about getting cause. Miracle. He's in trouble. TP's going to be cancelled. He's dead again.
This is a disaster for Miracle. We don't see this often with Miracle.
This is quite something, really. He is just having the toughest of times. He's his first 9 minutes of the game on the gyro. Top lane, mind control, look for the opening. They have got the hook shot into the silence. Have they got enough burst? Is it going to be quite enough? Arme is able to waveform himself down. Mind control still continues to run. They didn't quite have enough control there. I believe they had Skyrock coming in, but not quite soon enough to get sort of that follow-up silence after the DP silence. So they really do need sort of 3 heroes to kill Arme at this stage.
Really close there. It's a really good initiate against Morphling because you hook in, he has no time to react, so he gets stunned, and you cog him back into silence. He's sitting on like 500 health. You can burn him, but they just need like 1.5 more seconds there. Couldn't get the kill there.
I might still get something out of this play. Wraparound coming in FY, looking to be in quite a bit of trouble. As Liquid will quickly go in and claim the kill. Chalice. He's going to TP forward into this one. We'll see if he gets a bit of a rundown onto Kuro. He's got the battle hunger. Hex over there as well. Looks like Kuro may not get out of here. He'll turn around with the Hex. Has got the stun as well, but he's still ticking down to the battle hunger. He pops the stick charge. It is only level 1 battle hunger, so it looks like Kuro will be fine. And now Miracle coming in from the side, trying to help out the cause. Pops down the cooldown onto 2. But it's not enough damage here, favoring Liquid, as now they've got to run. LGD turning up in full force. Arme TP's in. He's got the burst to make sure the Maledict from Nova finishes off mind control.
That Vanguard doing work.
They can get more out of this. Miracle is trying for the TP out.
That was a long TP.
It was. That was a little bit scary, but he does manage to make it out in time before LGD spot him out.
Even though they're behind now, they gotta keep fighting. Because if this goes late game, they're not gonna win this game. Not against the Morphling. It's one of the strongest, so against the Gyro as well. So they gotta keep fighting. They got great fighting heroes. Skyro's gonna hit 6 soon. You got Lion ult now. You got the perfect fighting heroes. Skyro is also one of the strongest with his spells.
Oh, look at this, though, Somnus. He's found mind control. It's going to jump away, though, as the rest of Liquid are coming through. Mind control looking towards Xnova. Xnova pulling incredibly low and does get bursted down. Arme actually wait for him coming in aggressively, and with the Maledict on mind control, they will be able to pop the clockwork eventually. So 1-for-1 between the two. Can Liquid get anything more? They have the Siphon slow onto Chalice. Chalice, very tanky though, has F1 and Somnus with him. In fact, he turns. He gets the call onto 2, but the finger from Kuro will finish him off. As Chalice will fall, but Tumberman trying to run. The sleight of fish not enough, but Tumberman will survive. The cast is going to bounce though, but Tumberman's going to get himself away, but he can't because Arme's there. With the wraparound, burst down with Tumberman. The Death Wall finishes off the Scarif Mage as well. LGD, they're not done quite yet either as Somnus remnants forward, cuts down Kuro.
Yeah, they're playing right, but it's just not enough. The LGD is just a little bit too far ahead right now, and we can see that. The Vanguard on X, he's not dying, taking all this time, eventually going down though, but then it's too late to get a turnaround. But yeah, they still just got to fight in. If that could have gone a little bit different. The Ember could have died there, and then it would have been completely different.
Absolutely, Somnus playing around on just a slither of health. But it's absolutely paying off for LGD. They're 3 cores. Very much at the top there. We do have Matumaman sort of keeping on level with it, and Miracle is actually managing to slowly close that gap, but still it's the fact that they have this Somnus Ember and this Arme Morphling, which if you're Liquid's lineup, you did not want to let them get to this stage this early on.
Definitely not, and yet again, they're going out for another kill. Skyvet's still level 5.
Oh, he's come in. And he is just to the side here of that Sentry Ward. They will open up with the Hex. Silence as well, and they burst him down, they can. So the surprise player works out. They're able to catch him off guard, preparing for him to come back through to the Remnant. As Liquid get a very high value kill.
Yeah, perfect. The Ember didn't know he was alone. He was like, oh, a lion is here. I guess I kill him, but nope.
What a miracle. Not the greatest of solo kill attempts there onto Arme. Can he get himself back to safety? Looks like he can. In fact, he's got mind control. They're thinking about going back in. Maybe if mind control could get the run down onto FY, but FY just a little too speedy and gets himself just far enough away to keep himself safe. The same time up top, the rest of Liquid actually moved in and found Exon over there behind the tier 2 tower. FY does get trapped here by the cogs, but Arme just jumps forward and bursts down Miracle. Miracle tried to help out the fight. They will get the kill here at the end of the day onto FY. Can they get Arme as well? Liquid, they're trying their best, but the silence not long enough. Arme waveforms down. He's incredibly low. He goes for the TP out. Is he going to make it? He is. Arme is out of there. They could not quite control him long enough to bring him down. And again, Arme continuing to dance around Liquid, and Somnus dancing straight upon them as he remnants forward onto Kuroki. They've got the chase down. Battle Hunger boosting it up to allow that dunk to follow through.
This is a slugfest.
It's
14, 13, 40 minutes in.
I mean, this is fantastic. This is sort of what we saw already in game 1, at least, of the series between the two yesterday. Both teams very willing to fight, respond to one another. And this is the sort of Dota 2 that you hope to see in the grand finals of a major.
Yeah, and Liquid just got to keep going. And right now it's not going their way. But they have no choice. And it looks like it's going to tip over for LGD soon, and then the game's going to end.
It could spiral out of control very quickly, but at the moment, still Liquid. A couple of good fights. They can sort of get that momentum to sort of really push back LGD. Arme, it's these big kills. If they can get Arme coming in, they've got the hook shot leading, but he already started to morph into strength. Arme, he was prepared. Is it enough to save him? He's been stunned up. Can they kill him? They can. Just in time. Somnus is going to come in with a big remnant play there. Bursting down one. Can he find Miracle? Maybe he can't because Micro's just turning, in fact, punching him down. Somnus, he's in trouble. He used all his remnants to get in. He's going to try and hide himself in the trees, but there's no backup. There's no TPs coming through. Liquid, they get both of the big cores. Arme and Somnus will fall on the bottom lane.
Meanwhile, Pagna also goes down. A little bit miscommunication there. He sees the Skyward first, so he gets the strings off, but it doesn't matter because they have so much damage. Clock pushes him back, which Skyward missed completely, but apparently they have so much damage it didn't matter. A little bit aggressive by Ember there, jumping in with all Ember ults, but then he has no way to get out. And his shield instantly gone from the gyro. So a little bit over-aggressive. He probably thought he could get some help. But none of the supports are there to help.
No, I guess TP's unavailable, such as indeed no one else really wanted to jump down and help Somnus and Arme. Liquid looking yet again to go for another play.
Non-stop fighting. And they're doing great. They got the 2 cores. Perfect.
Absolutely. And those 2 big kills really sort of helping them close the gap. Get that time and momentum to allow Miracle's gyro to get to the point where it's able to have that big impact in the mid-game. So looking for FY. They've got the hook shot to open up. He is behind the creeps, though. Push him apart. He does manage to get the ward down in time. In fact, look at this cast, Maledicted Deathward. GH is just dead. Chalice jumps forward here. He's managing to set up onto mind control. Somnus, Remnants up to the high ground so they can have the vision. They've lost FY. Chalice gets the dunk here onto mind control and Arme. They're turning up in full force, LGD. They really want to put everything into this fight. FY even buying back for this attempt as they'll look towards Miracle. He's got the homing missile actually going back towards himself, as he will be stunned up. Buybacks coming out from both sides there. FY and Mind Control returning into the fight.
Pretty intense. No one wants to let go of that control right now. So close. One bad team fight, and LGD gets the lead, and then boom. But at the same time, Liquid, they need to win many fights. They're too far behind. But Tumim been doing great though. He's actually at the top of net worth right now. So that's good, but he's not going to be enough to carry this game. And Gyro, he needs so many items, and his hero is counter this game as well. It's going to be so hard for him. The guy, the Axe, he's got Dagger now, and it's going to get Blade Mail soon. Before Gyro gets BKB.
Ooh, looking towards Somnus. He will quickly be out of there. Yes, the BKB timing. Ready for both sides. in a game where there's been this much of killing and action.
I'm going a BKB, pretty uncommon on this hero. Usually go to Lincoln for the mana regen and health, just to farm up for that shotgun. But he recognized there's so much fighting, there's so much silence. He needs to be able to fight as soon as possible, and BKB is great for that.
See what they can get here. Heading
Smoke
forward.
after smoke.
What can they find? Somnus would be the dream one. They've managed to get the Hex. They're closing the gap with the hook shot, the silence. The magical burst is enough to immediately remove the Flame Guard and his life. Chalice coming in with the turn play, jumps in with the call, catches out Kuro. GH immediately TPs out. He'll get himself out of there. So 1 for 1, the Liquid will be more than happy to take.
He might be dead here though. Needs to do some good moves. No tower to TP to.
Let's see how he can dance his way out of this. He's got the cogs down. Chalice is going to get pushed back, so he can't get in with a blink.
And they used 3 ults to kill that Ember there. They're using everything they got. Creating space for middle. They get a tower, more map control.
That is in this game. Settling off to be incredibly close now. 18 for 18. As you say, so the biggest difference maybe being that with Liquid's lineup, you do sort of, you'd rather hope to be at, not really level, even at this stage of the game. You want to be ahead.
Yeah, especially with the heroes they have. Being behind, they can't really go for more towers. They're not going to be able to go for tier 2 with this DP. And soon, Morphling will have BKB.
So will Somnus.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be very problematic for them because you see they're dying to silence the stuns non-stop right now. And the Axe also getting stronger. They're getting all the key items right now.
Sort of once those BKBs there, I mean, we can imagine what Somnus and Arme, they just look straight towards the sort of the supports on the back, the back line. GH and Kuro, this line and Scarf are just going to get deleted immediately out of the team fights.
Another smoke by opponents right now.
FY leading the way. Are they going to be able to find each other? There's a lot of members down here, and in fact, they're going to try and start the fight themselves. Mind control straight in with the control. Holds down X-Nova. And they burst in with the Mystic Flare. Can they get anything more out of this one? Miracle, he has found FY. He's got the cooldown. FY trying to keep himself alive with the life drain, but the homing missile will stun him up, take him down. Liquid again.
Liquid is just outplaying them right now. They should not be doing this well, but every movement that LGD do, they're ready for them. Just hook in. They know they put a ward in now as well because he was there. There's no other reason, and their smokes have pretty much all been successful. So they're doing exactly what they need to win. And they're going for a Roche now.
Absolutely, with the exorcism up straight into the pit. They know that LGD is only 4 alive at the moment, and with no intention of heading towards this part of the map as it seems. As Liquid get themselves the free Roshan and the free Aegis onto Miracle's Gyrocopter. Blink Dagger also now complete for Kuroki, so that extra bit of initiation, but at the same time, the BKB is finished on Somnus' Ember.
Mass BKBs coming up. Also, Gyro getting one right now. He has it really close. Great against Axe. Because Axe wanted to call him when he casts spells, which he's not going to do anything. And Lion's got ult, just a burst.
Oh, straight in. They've got the cooldown. Chalice just gets focused. He's out of this, but Somnus spots the BKB. Managed to get the 2-man route, looks towards Miracle. Miracle does fall once. The Age is taken out of his hands. Liquid coming out on top of this as they take down 3. Somnus has to remnant back up to the high ground. And despite having the BKB on Somnus, they just don't quite have the damage to sort of bring down Liquid before Liquid bring down themselves.
Perfect. Just perfect right now. Morphling farming.
Oh, this is a little awkward. Oh, dear.
He's a TI winner.
I mean, he is. Kuroki.
Getting solo killed by a lion by 1 damage spell.
Wow. Well, that was... It happens, I guess, to the best of us. You know, you're just farming on full agi.
Yeah, you want to be as efficient as possible, and then, you know, it backfires. It just... That's what happens.
Taking some lessons from Envy. I'll know that.
And now he's got the BKB. Again, crucial this game. You look at the LGD lineup. It's 4 magic damage heroes. He's not going to die anymore with the Aegis as well. And I actually can't believe they're in this position. They were pretty far behind. But they, of course, recognize their winning condition. They can't let LGD get farm.
They have to keep fighting, as you say.
And they've done it successfully. And it's...
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh, Quick with the blink there before any damage comes through. Chalice gets himself away.
A little bit miscommunication. They definitely should have sent a rocket, or someone else should initiate it. Yeah.
Chalice
Mail coming up now.
Yeah, that certainly is the big one. If he can get himself into a position where GH sort of pops out the Mystic Flare, suddenly these high magical burst supports have to be even more careful in the team fights with the Blade Mail, the ward down from Pugna. A lot of things for them to be wary of, GH and Current.
Yeah, and now with the lead they got from the fighting, you just take objectives. Get the 2 towers here, reduce their map control. With Aegis, they feel super confident. They could even push higher on here if they want, because they are on a time limit. It's a little risky. They could just be forcing them home. They probably don't want to commit yet. But yeah, they're just going to play it safe and play it smart. They want to get the bottom tower first. Get to level 18 on DP.
I see Liquid starting to sweep across from the top lane after taking that tier 2. They will now be fighting into both cores of LGD having their BKBs, as Arme now picks his up as well.
3 BKBs ready now. Liquid has gotten so strong now that 5-on-5 they're going to win now at this point.
Yeah, the 5 man is certainly looking pretty terrifying.
LGD definitely want to avoid this right now. They're just backing off.
And everybody, apart from FY, is out of there, so FY will fall. They managed to get their cores away from this rotation as it is. Mind Control's actually searching here. Chalice, they know he's around. He'll try for the blind hook shot.
You gotta try.
You gotta try. Absolutely. Chalice with the blink to the side. Able to get himself away, and indeed Liquid starting to build this advantage. 5k lead for them now as we come up to the 25-minute mark. 25-18 on the kills. And Miracle now at the top of the net worth, and it really just goes to show how the game plan for Liquid in response to the lanes has worked out so well, as he was struggling at the start. Bottom lane, Chalice coming in with the call. He's trying to kick something off it, but the backup's not really there for him. He's now in a bit of trouble as they'll move in straight away with a finger. Chalice is down. Arme pops the BKB. He's trying to fight back into this, looking towards Batummerman. He'll turn himself into the line, trying to get a stun out for that extra bit of control as he turns towards Mind Control. Comes in on the front lines on this clock and gets punished for it. LGD will be able to find 2 from this. Batummerman still wanting to try and do a little bit more here with these ghosts out. He has to be careful with 2 of his teammates on the sidelines.
No BKB on Morph. They don't want to fight her without Axe as well, and they know they have Aegis, so getting 2 kills there, they're pretty happy about that. Yeah, Liquid, even though if they just keep this up and keep getting a little bit more ahead, they feel confident going into late game.
Absolutely.
The only problem is if it's too even, it's not good. But now they keep getting ahead, even though they died 2 people there. They've caught up. You see Gyro, top net worth now. He died like 4 or 5 times at the start.
Yeah, we saw Miracle had a very rough start in the lanes as LGD had sort of the answer for him there. But in the river here, down bottom, they found out another. GH gets jumped upon by Chalice. And he's even looking for more. He's heading forward. Batummerman will hold him back with the Yules. Kuro as well with the stun, just to make sure that it's not too easy for LGD to chase one of the 2 of them down. So Liquid will get the rest of themselves back out to a safe distance. But indeed, Miracle, top net worth. He's making good progress onto the Butterfly.
The Pug not working out really as well as they wanted, I think. The ward is not doing as much as they hoped. And while he did good in the laning phase, he's really good at harassing, being that fast, but now they're not ahead anymore, so the hero is kind of falling off a bit. But we'll still find the use of that ward, but not as much as they want. And you have a Lion against him. Lion is like the best support hero made in late game. So, not looking too good.
For LGD indeed. Around the pit, Liquid won't find anyone quite here. Constantly sort of sticking as a unit though, not wanting to sort of get picked off and bursted down by either Somnus or Arme.
This Morphling, he's going to build BKB Lincoln. And we talked a little bit on the panel, Kyle did, that if you have to buy these items, it's not kind of a Morphling game.
No. But this is the thing, because you've got to imagine as a team, you sort of expect that situation is probably going to arise when you pick up the Morphling so early in the draft. You know, second pick, first pick Morphling. Surely you've got to expect sort of this scenario where you have to build both of these defensive items. Well, down bottom, they get the jump in, and there we have it. That's your Morphling for you. Straight on top of Arme, Liquid go.
Yep. I don't think a Lincoln would have saved him there, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, this is not how you want to play him. You want that shotgun, you want to burst people, and it's going to be 40 minutes or 45 before he gets at it. This is not how you want to play at all. And got the Arcane Rune here. Super good for Death Prophet.
He's still got a bit of time left on this first exorcism to come in. Until my man, he gets some damage done onto this tier 1 tower, but certainly seeming to be a game like that of Liquid's yesterday, where we're seeing the weakness of an early draft in Morphlings. Into the base they go. Kuro jumps forward. He's able to burst down one, but now Chalice, he's in with the call. Somnus jumps forward with the Remnants, but Miracle popping the BKB, moving forward with the Butterfly. Look how much damage this man is doing. Running up to the high ground, trying to chase down Somnus. Can he finish off this man? He's got the slider fist to dodge one of the right clicks, but it's not enough. They've lost 4, they've lost 5. They have to buy back on 2 LGD as Liquid take down the tier 3. Mind Control hook shotting in onto FY. LGD just getting pulled apart. Can they find anything in return? They've got the Death Ward down to take out Mind Control, but the homing missile into the Mystic Flare causes the death of FY. The stun's there to control up another as X-Nova will fall. Liquid take a hell of a team fight and the full set of racks mid as well.
Everyone is dead. Morphling can't defend this because he doesn't have shotgun. You're not afraid of him right now. But he's just going to go on the other side.
And because of that Arcane Rune, in less than 20 seconds they're going to have access to it again. Arme though comes in. What?
All right.
He just comes in and deletes 3 of the heroes of Liquid. And now he's looking for more. He's got the homing missile. Matumaman's got to run. He'll decide to use up Arme himself to try and hold Arme back, but he's back into the gyrocopter. And just like that, Arme strikes back and he's going to be able to take that one as well. That has got to be an insane amount of XP and gold there going into the hands of the Ocean Man as he takes them by the hand and takes them to a land. I mean,
what a player.
What a player.
What a player. Liquid clearly felt like I did. Like, it's just a Morphling. We don't need... But then he jumps in, steals the gyro flat cannon, kills everyone because they're all so low. So,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, we were saying, yeah, BKB Lincoln's Morph. It doesn't really do much. And then bam. Liquid,
clearly
as you say, sort of staying around on very low health, proving us wrong there, as Arme's just set up for essentially the Ultra Kill, as it was taking 4 of them down of his dreams.
Exactly what they needed. They were falling behind too far there.
It looked very scary for LGD.
Probably going to lose the game there, but now they're back. This is why you love this kind of Dota, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I mean, Liquid, they're certainly going to be shaking their heads after that. I mean, why did that happen? Do you think that was Liquid just absolutely just underestimating what Arme was able to do? Or did it just,
it's kind of the moment, you know, you're feeling so hyped, but you just kill the entire team, getting a little overconfident.
He's just jumped forward. That'll be the instant buyback here from GH, but Arme pots the BKB. Kuro trying to run himself away here. Arme into the gyro. Once again, he's got that flag out and he's punching into Mind Control. Miracle trying to fight back. They've got the finger to bring down Chalice. We'll see if they can get the rest of them out there. Arme still in the gyrocopter form. He's got the backup of Somnus. Somnus running forwards with the BKB. He's found the control onto Miracle. That's going to be Miracle down for 75 seconds. They've lost Mind Control as well. And again, LGD pulling out some huge plays here. Liquid, can they get any sort of payment in return? They'll hook shot forward onto Arme, but he's got a bazillion HP. Back into the gyro, actually opt to go. This could be a little bit risky for him here. He's back in just in time before the silence comes through to the Morphling form. So he will be able to continue to run. They're chasing him. It's a long, long silence, and it is enough to bring him down. Liquid will find Arme. Take him down for 85 seconds. He has got buyback available. Liquid also have the chance to look towards Roche. They don't have the exorcism though, so we'll see what Liquid's next play is, as it seems to be they want to try and find more. In fact, Somnus and FY, they've got to be careful. They're incredibly low as it seems. The silence actually clips him, but it's not enough to hold him down. He's still able to blink. A bit of miscommunication though. Maybe his chalice has gone forward. Maybe not though, because Arme buys back to follow up with the damage. They'll take GH, but that was a buyback on your Morphling. It will stop Liquid from getting more, but it did only result in you getting a support kill.
The amount of back and forth this game, it's insane. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to say. Things are happening.
31 to 37. Just a 2K lead at the moment for Liquid. It absolutely has been up and down, as we can see on the graph. And both teams just showing us that this game, right until the Ancient falls, it's going to be hard to call, as they both have potential in these fights.
And with all this fighting, they recognize Roshan is super. Aegis is the best item for fighting.
Yeah.
So having that on Morphling or Gyro, super crucial here.
Somnus pots the BKB here, looking to try and commit towards Kuroki. At the same time, Miracle falling incredibly low, pots the BKB, gets himself away in time, able to get himself back towards the shrine. Kuro is out of the game for 60 seconds. In fact, Miracle now has BKB is one off. And look at this, Nova just goes straight away with the death ball, but the battery assault takes the cancel. It doesn't matter though. Chalice, he's in with the dunk. They've taken down the Gyrocopter. That's no Miracle for 70 seconds without buyback. Somnus comes in with a wraparound. He'll pop the cogs, but they're trapped in there with him. He's trapped in there with them. 3 down on Liquid as LGD just wipe them out of the game, make it very easy for them to head back into the Roshan pit with no sort of worry of Liquid being able to stop this.
Both teams kind of baiting with Roche there. First, Liquid goes in, decides to go kill instead, and now the same for LGD. They bait the Roche, decides to go fight instead. To get the kills, because you cannot go on Roche just like that. You need to kill people.
Wow.
And Liquid hanging around, they don't know when to commit, and then they die, and now they get the Roche. And he's level 24 now on the Morphling, hitting 25 soon, and that new buff on him, hitting 3 heroes or whatever with his strike, pretty good.
Especially, well, okay, he switched up the builder. He did have an MKB queued up, but he's gone back for the Manta, and understandably so. I mean, obviously it's a very sort of defensive way to play because you've got the Manta, the BKB, and the Lincolns, but it's understandable with the amount of sort of silence and control, because Arme knows if he slips up and they find any sort of opening onto him, he's in a hell of a lot of trouble, and that Manta, once he's got that, he really shouldn't die.
Definitely not, and with all this fighting, it finally looks like LGD is taking control. Not entirely yet,
No.
but it's leaning towards it. And one more fight and it's going to be out of control for Liquid. But Liquid is not going to let that happen.
We'll see what they do. As I say, with the Manta, he's got it complete and picked up. There are very little excuses for Arme dying now. He has got all the tools to keep himself alive.
Liquid want to avoid fighting right now. They don't want to fight into that Aegis. It's going to be a disaster. He does so much damage right now, even though he doesn't have the shotgun. He just decided to go for right-click build instead, which is working out. He just steals the Gyro flag cannon, does mass damage. And the only way you can kill him is by bursting him, pretty much, which is not going to happen with Aegis. So just avoiding the fight right now, trying to get a tower bottom. But that's not going to happen, because LG wants to fight, and here they come.
Absolutely. This area is so scary for Liquid. There's the jump in, it's Somnus immediately commits here onto Kuro by some time with the self-use. Mind Control actually going onto the backlines, goes forward to X-Nova, but they've lost the Lion, they've lost the Skyrap, and now Mind Control's in trouble as well as the beatdown comes from Arme. He'll chase him down, he'll turn into the Gyro to help finish this one off as Mind Control trying to do his best with the Jukes, but the Battle Hunger, surely not. And indeed he won't. FY finishes him off with the blast. Again, Liquid losing 3. LGD just continuing to show us the same caliber of performance that they gave us yesterday against Liquid in this game, one of the best of 5 so far.
A little bit wrong idea there for Mind Control. I'm not sure if they knew what they wanted to do there. Going in there with Mind Control is definitely not. They don't want to fight there.
No.
See Guy running away at once. So a little bit of a misplay there. And we also saw the Morphling going away from instead, which makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, because he's going to right click. So he wants all mobility as possible. So having 2 waveforms, being able to move, perfect item, perfect talent for the game.
Here comes the push. Fortification will come out. The missile onto Chalice. They do nearly have the full team back alive, Liquid, but the mid racks are now exposed. They'll push on. Liquid, they'll try and attempt to slow this one down. Jump forward, figure. In fact, he's managed to do it. Kuro's bursted down one of them. That's X-Nova gone. Can they push the remainder of LGD away, though? That is the question. Hookshot in from Mind Control. They're looking for the lockdown here onto the Ember Spirit, and it isn't enough. The life drain! FY can't quite keep him alive, though. They'll finish off the Ember, but it's Liquid losing 3. These BKBs just too much, and Arme just seeming to be unstoppable as he bursts down another triple kill for the Morphling. Chalice is in. They'll wait for him. There's 4 dead on Liquid. 4 heroes without buyback. Arme's Morphling just running out of control, and LGD, they know that they can go for the game ender here.
Yeah, looks to be over. There's no way Gyro can defend this alone. But he's going to try. Not going to work, though. They got the cheese on Axe, and just one blink in. Call, he's dead.
Oh, Chalice won't quite get the call, but indeed, the Ancient falling. LGD in this game one, continuing to show us they're on the same momentum as they were yesterday against Liquid. This team they're literally just looking unstoppable. Just even in this game when there was sort of times where you thought, hey, maybe Liquid, they got that team fight, they can sort of pull it all together. LGD, they just outclassed them on another level.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. The amount of back and forth, the fighting non-stop, you know, it was pretty even. I wouldn't say they got outclassed because it was really even. Liquid could have easily won that game, but they did a few. The Roche fight ended the game kind of for them. They got too much from that. The Aegis was too much, and they couldn't get back from it.
And the fact that they sort of got away with this very early pick Morphling, a pick that at some stage of the game, as you said, it looked good for Liquid because they had the answers to it. But at the end of it, Ame, he just went off.
Yep,
He
definitely.
Really did, ladies and gentlemen. That was only game one of what is absolutely guaranteed.